It's going to be a surprise for everyone this week. I don't know the last time I updated this document. So let's see. Okay, I got feel good. We're doing it. We're going back. I'm not giving you no choices. I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, I'm too excited.
Aren't we getting choices?
Yeah, you're getting choices. I didn't pick one out specifically this week. I'm too excited to give you choices again. Okay, we got feel good. We know what we feel good about, I think, by this point. Feel bad. Same amount of bad news in there as last time because, like I said, it's not been updated in a while. Pretty sure this is bad. Pretty sure we know that King Chuck has cancer. That's in there. Feeling uncertain and can't choose between good or bad feelings. Oh, and feeling like science.
You know what? For the sake of it, let's do a can't choose.
Okay, let's do can't choose. Okay, there's only one that we haven't looked at, so let's see where this takes.
Let's probably do that one then.
Yeah, it's a wild card. I'm excited. Okay, this one's titled USA Today, August 19, 2023. So we're a bit outdated on this, but let's see what we got. Exclusive from Mike Snyder. Efforts to resurrect the woolly mammoth to modern day reaches Alaska classroom. A genetic engineering company is trying to bring back several extinct species while also engaging school children in the process. This seems wholesome. Okay.
If in science class in like junior high,
Yeah.
they brought in like, hey, by the way, we're going to be cloning a mammoth this week, I feel like I'd be more engaged in science class.
I would too. Instead of like dissecting a frog, they're like, we're going to clone woolly mammoths today.
And then dissect them.
We're going to make them
Or their delicious gooey insides.
Can't wait to tear into that.
And I think that we now understand why I'm not a science teacher at this point.
Or me, I guess. Or anyone. Or why they're not bringing... Well, let's see where this goes. It might be about meatballs. Woolly meatballs in the classroom. Okay, the company seeking to bring back the woolly mammoth and other long-gone animals, such as the dodo, also wants to make sure school children's interest in science doesn't go extinct. Colossal Laboratories in Biosciences, which has been conducting radiocarbon dating and genetic sequencing of American mammoths, has shared fossils with 55 school districts in Alaska. The genetic engineering company exclusively told USA Today. The school districts get to name their fossils and can use them to learn about woolly mammoths. Radiocarbon and genetics findings related to the fossils are shared with the districts as they are finalized, the company said. It's part of the Adopt a Mammoth project to do radiocarbon dating of about 1,500 mammoth teeth, tusks, and bones that are in the collection at the University of Alaska Museum in the north. The initiative has helped us get closer to reaching our goal of classifying the mammoth fossils in our vast collection while also getting kids interested in science and ecology from an early age, says Matthew Wooler. That's a funny last name, working on woolly mammoths. A member of the Colossal Scientific Advisory Board and a mammoth researcher at the University of Alaska Fairbanks. So they're like doing the research with kids? Are they getting them to do the free labor? Perhaps. 2 years ago, the journal Science published a study from Wooler and other researchers detailing how they used isotopes collected from the tusks of a 17,000-year-old mammoth to track its movements in and around the Arctic Circle during its 28-year lifetime. Wooler's name and his focus of the study... Yeah.
Is it reasonable to say that they're really just saying, okay, each classroom gets like this one, and you can learn all about this one woolly mammoth?
It seems like it, and it sounds like they're also getting them to do their work for them by, like, radiocarbon dating them.
See, I feel like the children are not radiocarbon dating.
They might. Sounds like it. And then they name the bone, or the mammoth. How did you interpret that?
Yeah, I think they get to name it, they get to learn a bit about it, and it's kind of like, I don't know, when you get to, like, buy a star, you don't do any of the science, you just get to learn a bit about it, like where it is.
Look. Okay, so the next paragraph talks about how Wooler's name is like woolly mammoth, and then the last... No, it's not the last paragraph. It says, throughout the process, students gain ownership in the program by being able to drill their own samples and even naming their mammoth tusk, providing a once-in-a-lifetime experience for the entire classroom.
Okay.
I think that's what they're doing.
So they really are using child labor.
They are, which is a weird thing to do.
Unpaid child labor, I assume.
there is some groundbreaking stuff happening with woolly in and around woolly mammoths.
Thankfully, and I think this is probably why, woolly mammoth carcasses / fossils are just like everywhere in the north, like Alaska. So they don't really have to worry about kids breaking or wrecking them. That's at least my thoughts on it.
That's true.
I could be incorrect.
It doesn't say, okay, I'm going to go on here. So he says, so far researchers is taking samples from, I'm going to say researchers alongside of kids in the Alaskan classrooms have taken samples from 223 of the 1,500 in the university's collection, with 25 of the 55 adopted mammoth fossils radiocarbon dated. Genetics findings from fossils will help Colossal in its tidbits to resurrect the woolly mammoth.
So it sounds like the kids have a less than 50% success rate.
The radiocarbon dating of these mammoth remains is providing us a fantastic opportunity to characterize the evolution of genetic diversity in North American woolly mammoths, and will ultimately provide a better picture of which genes were unique for its iconic species, says Love Dalen. He's a professor somewhere. There's something I wanted to read.
Less woolly mammoth related,
skip this. 2 years ago, Colossal and George Church, a biologist at Harvard Medical School, announced the project to use gene editing to restore the woolly mammoth to the Arctic tundra. Colossal's biotech and genetic engineering teams are combining woolly mammoth and elephant DNA to recreate the next generation of mammoth that can survive in the Arctic and help restore that ecosystem, the company said earlier this year. Embryos will be implanted into healthy female elephant surrogates, Lamb said at the time.
Okay.
And it goes on about Tasmanian tigers and dodos and stuff like that.
Yeah, but we already know about that stuff. Our listeners, the intellects that they are.
They are.
We're ahead of every groundbreaking news in this section.
It's true. They're so cultured.
Soon, yeah. I mean, this is always dangerous when we're already foregoing paid labor and just going right in for free child labor.
I was just gonna
It really worries me for when we get to the woolly mammoth meatball part of this. And that there are going to be bits of children in there because their tiny little hands just fit right into that.
That escalated so quickly.
But you know that's the next step. We know naturally that's where it's going from here.
It's true. That is the natural progression of that, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think human rights and child labor rights lawyers in Alaska, should you exist, you should be looking into this because we are mere maybe months away from this next natural progression. Mm-hmm. Keeping in mind that any measurement can be made in months.
It's true. Most are. No.
Maybe. Well, any time could be measured in months.
It can. As it should. Anyhow, I think that's a great place to leave off on the child mammoth meatballs.
And we will see you all in 1/15 of a month for the main episode.
Yes. Goodbye.
Bye.